for tuning in to another video. This week's video is going to be on the residential real estate stats for May of 2024 in Belleville, Quinte West, and Prince Edward County. So following the June rate announcement for Bank of Canada to cut rates, we're going to see what happened in the market in May leading up to this announcement. And I think you'll be pretty surprised with some of the numbers here, and it really just shows how things just kind of got put on pause while everybody was waiting for Bank of Canada's decision. So first, we'll start with new listings. Belleville, we had 169 new listings. That's down 14.6% year over year compared to last May. Quinte West, 144 new listings. That's up 5.1%. Prince Edward County, 150 new listings. That's down 23.9%. So almost a 0.25% down in new listings. So Belleville down almost 15% from May. And to me, this is just people waiting on the sidelines to see if the market's going to improve with potential rate cuts, which now we see that Bank of Canada did cut rates, and we'll see how that impacts the market in a way that potentially favors sellers. But if everybody has that same idea, you're going to see more inventory come to the market, which will likely balance things out. Quinte West, new listings up, but nothing drastic. As we get to sales volume, we'll see how these new listings numbers compare with the sales volumes numbers, because if you have lower new listings and lower sales volume, yes, that makes sense. But if one of the two are out of whack, it's going to impact inventory levels. Prince Edward County, new listings down about 3/4. Again, sellers more hesitant to list. I think same situation as what's going on in Belleville, because they want to see what's going on with rates. And if they think the market's going to improve and appreciate and it's going to be easier to sell their house, or they're going to get more money for their house, they're likely going to wait, especially if this is a second home that they don't necessarily need to get rid of right away, or it's not a forced move or necessary move. Next up, number of sales. And this was the alarming stat to me, because although it felt like it wasn't that busy in May and things weren't moving as quick as they should, and people were kind of waiting on the sidelines, I didn't think the numbers would come back this drastic. So Belleville, we saw 85 sales in the month of May, and that's down 43% from last May. And let's keep in mind, last May wasn't a crazy market or busy. It was just okay. Like, it was a normal spring market, I feel like. Quinte West, 66 sales. That's down 36.5% from last year. And Prince Edward County, 36 sales. That's down 54.4%, so over 50% in Prince Edward County. So Belleville, almost down 50% from last May. Lowest sales volume in a May since 2020. So pandemic times, and May of 2020, things were still like lockdown situation. So obviously, you'd think you'd see higher sales volume than that. There was a decrease in new listings by about 15%, which I just went over before, but that's still putting us at like a 30% delta. So you're seeing more inventory and more months of inventory on the market in Belleville. Quinte West, same kind of deal, not as big of a decrease in number of sales, but a bigger increase in new listings. So if we look at Quinte West delta, that's at about 40%. So more inventory in the Quinte West market as well, more than Belleville. And Prince Edward County takes the cake for the biggest decline in sales volume. And this, again, to speak to the new listings, is just hesitancy in the market, because Prince Edward County is kind of that niche market. Like, it's not a lot of normal moves and forced moves, and they're more lifestyle moves, people moving to the county. So people are holding off, waiting for more stability in the market, more certainty. And if they're buying a second home or a cottage or what have you, maybe they're waiting for rates to decrease if they're pulling money from a HELOC to make that purchase. Lastly, we'll touch on median sale price. So Belleville, Quinte West, still hovering around that normal median sale price that we've talked about for probably the last year in our stats. So Belleville, $545 median sale price. That's down 2.7% year over year and up 4.7% year to date. Quinte West, $555, $950. That's up 0.6% year over year and 12.9% year to date. So these two markets kind of mirroring each other with median sale price, pretty stable year over year and up year to date. So we're seeing an increase from January, because I think there's more confidence in the market there. We've gained a little bit more stability. but still seeing those lower price homes transact. And that's really what that sweet spot in busy ranges in Belleville, Quinte West, that like 450 to 550, those homes sell like, week on the market. If they're solid places, they sell, and it's that upper level price points that tend to sit on the market a little bit longer, tend to struggle, or tend to not sell in Belleville and Quinte West, from what I'm seeing anyways. Prince Edward County median sale price sitting at $770,000, up 10% year over year and 26.7% year to date. So I always say this with Prince Edward County, it's a small sample size. We only had 36 sales, so this median sale price can really get changed by depending on the type of homes that transact that month. But this does show you that although Prince Edward County is slow, there's still people spending money in the county. And we saw quite a few waterfront homes and pretty expensive homes sell in the county, and just shows you there's people with money still buying in Prince Edward County. So quick recap of the residential market stats for the month of May. Less new listings, despite Quinte West having a slight increase in new listings. Drastically lower sales volume across all three markets, and median sale price kind of hovering around that same point in Belleville and Quinte West, where we see a pretty strong increase in the county, like I said, showing that people have money to spend in the county if they want to. So Bank of Canada decided to cut interest rates by 25 basis points, and this will likely impact the market going forward, with probably more sales volume happening in the next couple months to make up for this lackluster month, and probably some slow appreciation in pricing going forward, as long as we don't see a ton of inventory come to the market and that not be absorbed by buyers, which we did see, I feel, in the month of May. A lot more inventory and a lot less sales when we're comparing the two. So like I've said in the previous video, this 25-point cut doesn't drastically impact someone's purchasing power or mortgage interest costs, but it's a signal that that rate cut cycle has begun, and that changes market sentiment and brings more confidence in the market for buyers and sellers, because they want to be transacting in a stable or somewhat stable market. So that's it for this week's video. Hopefully you enjoyed and found some value in these May residential market stats, and stay tuned next week for a new video. Thanks for watching.